Question says with regards to leaving off something which is mustahab, recommended, because of difficulty and things like this or any other excuse, does that fall under leaving off Hajj? I think that we explained it pretty clearly. However, I would say this. You're leaving off the Hajj or any other recommended act not because of laziness, not because you're lazy or you're cheap, not because you don't want to do the ibadah, but because we said sometimes and not absolutely, we never said that don't make Hajj more than once. But the general concept is that it becomes a collective chaos. Everybody understand this? Because there's 1,000 or 1,000,000 other people who think just like you. I want to do it again and again and again and again. And then that becomes what? It was now swollen. And if you look at the streets of Mecca, the hotels, the tents, it's clearly made for a specific what? Everybody understand this? Expanding the masjid is beautiful. Alhamdulillah. But are the streets being expanded? Everybody understand this? The exhaust that comes out of the bus. This is reality. Everybody understand this? Certain conditions, the bathrooms at Mina. Everybody clear on this? I've seen certain people fall into waswasa, have doubts, have all types of major problems on their Hajj just because of them using the bathroom. It was one person, I'll tell you a story. It was some brothers, they were from Palestine. Tell you, we love our brothers from Palestine. What did I hummed? I had to calm them down in the tent. They were about to go ballistic. On Hajj, the Saudi government, me, everybody was at fault because of what was happening. So they were saying, it says our ibadah is messed up. We don't know whether our ibadah is correct, so on and so forth. So they were complaining about the bathrooms. He's using the bathroom, and someone next to him is taking a shower. And the shower under is splashing on him, the najasa, the filth, the dirt. This is a valid complaint he was saying. And there was another doctor. He was going, as we say, bonkers. He said, I'm a doctor. I think he was from Bangladesh. Or maybe Egypt. I'm not sure. He says, I'm a doctor in America. This is what he said. And this goes to show you how hot is a grilling pan. It really shows you a true person who you are. He says, in America, I'm a doctor. I make this amount of money. They have me eating this filthy, rotten food, these dirty, disgusting bathrooms. This is a disgrace for Hajj. I'm a doctor in America. I pay for a platinum package. I shouldn't be with you people in these tents. Just like that. And the other guys, they were saying the government is this, they don't care, the kada. The bathrooms are filthy, it's dirt, it's najasa. Wallah is waswas, kada. Hal tasis, salatuna am la da da da. So me, I'm like, listen guys, shway, let's calm down, exactly. Let's relax just a bit. You guys on Hajj and Ihram, there's sacrifices, so on and so forth. You know what they said about me? They said, why are you defending the government so much? They said, why are you so sensitive towards the government? Why are you a representative? I said, I'm not Saudi. I'm not a representative of Saudi Arabia. But I'm telling you, Allah knows best, right? I'm telling you guys, do not ruin your ibadah for somebody else. Everybody understand this? You paid this is your money that you pay for. So you can either be quiet, be patient, get the reward, and the same thing is going to happen, or you can be hasty, you can despair, not get the reward, and the what? Same thing's going to happen. You make the choice. So after we have to, spar and battle a little bit, it's like, you know what? You're right. They came down and said, you're right. They said, we're sorry for saying that about you. We didn't mean that, but you got to... I said, I understand what you're saying. Everybody get the point I'm trying to say? So it's not about you leaving the recommended act because you don't want to do the recommended act. Everybody understand this? But it's the concept of fiqh. You have to fiqh, know how to prioritize and to manage ibadat. You have to pray at night, fajr in the morning, class, work, wife, kids. You have to what? You have to fiqh. So you may not have the ability to fast every other day if you have to work. Because another act of ibadah is to feed your family. It's to support the deen, to give sadaqah, to give zakat. So when it comes to something that is not mandatory, you must have the tool of what? Mixing and balancing. You must know how to prioritize. Everything you cannot do, except for those people that Allah has truly blessed. When the Prophet asked the people who visited a sick person, who did this, who did that, Abu Bakr was the what? Everybody can't do that. And there are some people who have certain strengths and certain weaknesses, in which it's good for them to prioritize. Everybody clear on this? This brother, he's a strong brother. He needs to sleep at night. He needs to be well rested for Jumu'ah. He's on security, well rested. He needs to be physically strong. He needs to eat well. We can't say to him, you need to practice this zuhud, don't eat meat, just eat dates and water. For him, that's not what? It's not a priority for him. But for this brother who's crying and praying in his house all night, that's what? Fiqh fi din. Everybody understand this?
Would a person be rewarded if that's his intention to avoid?
There are many things to do. If you can't make Hajj, you can support somebody to make Hajj. You can pay somebody's Hajj ticket that never made Hajj before. And there are many people who haven't made what? Hajj yet. You can sponsor someone. Okay, it's too much money. Play it. Get on the phone. Call the brothers overseas. I want you to sponsor somebody that comes from Indonesia. Or comes from this island in this country in which it's a fraction of the price. You can send 3 people on Hajj maybe with the price of 1. Fiqh. You got to know how to what? Maneuver. It's like, as we say all the times, it's like what? A chessboard. You got to know how to move the pieces. You got to observe. You got to know. You got to be smart. And that's fiqh. That's called what? Fiqh. Knowing what to do, how to do it, how to maneuver, how to move and manage your what? Your pieces. Wallahu alam. Faddal.
Can you give us some practical points? Give someone who's going to Hajj practical points, for example, be wary of his stomach, keep unscented things with you.
Tight. The question is practical points for someone who's going to make Hajj. First and foremost is make sure that you have a good, clear understanding of the basics of what to do and of the basics of what not to do. Everybody knows there's tawaf, there's sa'i, there's this and there's that. But we say to practice, repeat, and repetition of the repeated. Everybody understand this? How many things do we mention just now in Abu Bakr? No, how many? I said how many? 4 things. First step was what? Practice. Second step was to do what? Practice. Practice more. Third step is to do what? Repeat. And the fourth and final what? Repetition of the repeated. And which is locked in your head. I got it. Because when you read the book of Sheikh bin Baz, Albani, Rituals of Hajj, it's nice, okay, right. Then you get out there, 1 million people, Allah Akbar, pushing. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, like, whoa, what is this? It's 118 degrees outside. Huh? You're supposed to drive to the place, but now you have to walk. You're sweating, your skin is chafing, your eyes. If you don't have it locked down in your head, you're going to clearly what? Just like sports. If you don't practice thoroughly and repeat it over and over again, the adrenaline may cause you to do what? Drop the ball or run the other way. Everyone who's played sports knows this, organized sports. That's why true champions always do what? Constantly practice over and over and over again until the person, no matter what physical or mental state, they do what? They do it the right way. So that's how Hajj should be. In which you studied 1 book, 2 books, you went over the explanation, you read it, you studied it thoroughly, and you got it locked down. That's the first step. Number 2 is to make sure you go with a good group. A group with brothers and sisters that have experience. A group of brothers that have been in some type of integrity. Not people just want to, rip you off. That's a better word. Tayyib. Thirdly is, look at Hajj as, I would say from my humble experience, like a big camping trip. A big camping trip. That's where you should do all your shopping. Whether it's online or whether it's actually in the store, Goldberg, or wherever you go shopping for your camping supplies, your outdoor supplies. So what are some of the pillars of camping supplies? Or even better than that, military things. Something that's rough and tough, that can take wear and tear. Something that can take sand. Many people, they buy nice, pretty things. You go to Muzdalifah, sand gets in, it doesn't what? Doesn't work. It's dirty, it can't close. You can't roll it back up. So the thing should be rough and tough. It should be durable for wet, dry, hot. And it should also be light and easily carried. Something that you can roll up, flip up, and fold up. Get your knapsack. Make sure that the knapsack is tough. Double, triple stitch, support it. Because people, they rip and they pull. Everybody understand this? Your shoes that you have on, they should be light but sturdy. And they should also be waterproof. You don't want something that's going to get soggy, that's going to smell. You don't want some sandals, some flip-flops that's going to dig and cut into your skin. You want something like you want on a major camping trip, but obviously not a boot. Obviously not an entire what? boot. Everybody understand this? Your backpack should be sturdy. Get one of those micro mats. They're really, really thin, but they're really, really comfortable. Make sure you have energy-packed foods, whether it's nuts and berries, dried apricots, stuff like this, and stay hydrated. Stay away from sugary, fructose type of drinks, Omar. Stay hydrated. Everybody clear on this? Also, I would advise you to totally utilize technology with regards to keeping time, with regards to location. I remember one time we got lost, and the brother had the GPS thingy. Obviously, everybody has different phones nowadays, but it wasn't like that all of the time. So that's my advice, is the practicalities. Make sure that you're strapped up and don't overpack. Don't take too many things. You're not going over there to live a house. Take the bare necessities with a little bit extra. Unscented deodorant, inshallah. Unscented petroleum jelly, things like this. What else? I would say, مثلا, with something on it.
Stay away from short of ashad fi al-ma' عشان your body's not accustomed to.
Tell you, with regards to using the bathroom, you have to be mindful of the bathrooms, whether it's the distance of the bathroom or the line. You may have to wait 30 minutes to use the bathroom, and you may get it in. It's like,
this place is...
take that. That's what I meant to say. Make sure you pack scentless baby wipes for several reasons. The wisdom of the scentless baby wipe or the white wipe or whatever is because if you have it in your bag with food, with something that you're carrying, the smell, the perfume seeps and permeates throughout the bag. Then you have a problem. So no problem, inshallah. No problem. There's nothing wrong with that. The alcohol that's haram in Islam is what? That's no deen there with the hand, huh? Old English. I got a question. That's the alcohol that's problematic in Islam, huh? Inshallah. What's important is that you be smart and you be what? Wise. Hopefully, within that, maybe before the brothers go on Hajj, we'll actually write down actual survival kit, huh? For Hajj. Well, actually, actual what? Hadith disciple what? Hajj survival kit. Wallahu alam. Next question. Abu Sa'id.
Since you made mention of going with a group, a reliable group that may have some experience, is there a hadith disciple Hajj package that you may be working on?
Question says, is there a hadith disciple Hajj package? Not at the moment. However, big things have small beginnings. Next question.
This is from the sister section.
Fadda. If there are any other questions from the sisters, tell them to send them up. Feel free to ask, inshallah ta'ala.
What if you are financially capable of doing Hajj, but you choose to wait because you know the responsibilities that come with it? Is it permissible to leave off Hajj until you're mature enough to go? They say that some people go to Hajj and come back doing the same sins.
Question says, you have the money to make Hajj, you have the physical capability, and also for a woman who has a mahram, which we didn't get into yet, the shurut wujub al-Hajj. We didn't get into that yet, Umar. We didn't get into that yet. What's important is, can you delay the Hajj because the person says, I'm not ready yet, I'm not mature, I'm not spiritually equipped, so on and so forth? We say no. Once you have the ability to do it, go make Hajj. The ulama of Islam, they differ on whether the Hajj is ala al-fawr am ala al-tarahi. Does it have to be done immediately when you become capable? Or is it permissible for you to do what? Delay it. And the correct view, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, the correct view, wallahu alam, is that if there's no necessity, then it must be done immediately. You don't know what's going to happen to you. You don't know what Allah will write for you. Everybody clear on this? So therefore, first and foremost is you don't know how you're going to return. How do you know how you're going to return? How do you know? You haven't done it yet. You may go there with a negative view, a pessimistic view. I'm this, I'm a sinner, I love smoking, I'm not wearing the proper hijab, I shave my beard, this and that, I eat riba, whatever. You may go there and your heart may change. You may get into a car accident. You may see a starving, dying cat on the streets of Mecca. Wallahi, that may soften your heart. You may see someone begging with one arm. Something may happen to you which changes your life. Or just a brotherhood. One brother, I won't mention his name. He was an older brother. He's here from New York City, Brooklyn. Good friend of mine. He was on Hajj, and he was trying to practice and learn the deen, and he wasn't that strong, that firm. A little bit new to it. So he came to Medina. We met in a hotel. We gave him the lectures, and he asked me certain questions about a certain specific medical condition that he had. He had a severe medical condition, and he was really distraught. I can't make the wudu, kada. I sat down and told him, said, don't worry about it, this and that. He gave me a big hug, like a bear hug, like breaking my back. Start crying. So we made Hajj in the hotel, the food, getting around, going here, Mecca. It was a constant bond, a constant building with him, with the brother. We would take care of him, looking after him like we knew him. I never even knew this guy from a can of paint. So one night, we were out, it was chaotic, it was far, the people got lost, and it was late at night. And the brother was basically on his last leg. And he was saying, like, look, I can't walk anymore. I'm going to pass out. I'm going to fall out. If we don't find in the right direction, this is it for me. Just like that. So, alhamdulillah, Allah sent us this like ambulance type of van thingy. And I had to talk to the guy in Arabic, basically beg him to find a location and leave his job and take us there. And I got in the van and the thing with him. And he was like, man, thank you so much, man. He said, that night, I don't know what was going to happen. I wasn't going to make it. You were there for me. You helped me out. You didn't leave me to dry. To this day, when I see this brother in Brooklyn at Masjid Taqwa, he gives me the biggest hug. He starts crying. He hugs me so much, he almost headbutts me. Literally. He never ever, you think he's going to forget that night? You don't think that has changed his life? But do you think that he knew that was going to happen when he got there? Of course not. Everybody understand this? So this is the reality. We're not saying this to brag. This is the reality. He could have been on a Hajj group with somebody that's like, oh yeah, khalas, it's haram, go. That's it. He didn't know he was going to meet brothers who were going to actually be what? Brothers to him. So you don't know what's going to happen on Hajj. Allah tells us in the Quran that a soul doesn't know what it will gain in the next day. You don't know what you're going to earn. You may think that you return the same. You may return a different new Muslim with a new heart and a new soul. Everybody understand this? What's important is your job to do it. And even if you do have the same sins and the same mistakes and you've lost hope and you don't feel confident, it's still your responsibility to do it. وَلِلَّهِ عَلَى النَّاسِ. There isn't an option. There's not an option. Your master says do something. You as a servant has to what? You have to do it. Everybody understand this or not? That's my advice. Wallahu alam. We'll stop here. Bidnillah ta'ala. Jazakumullah khairan. Anyone who didn't get the question answered tonight, inshallah, we'll try our best to answer it tomorrow, inshallah ta'ala. Or in the morning, after Fajr.